y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Monet, and today we have a Wiggins hair review. So Wiggins is like one of my favorite hair vendors, and they never fail. So I said, you know what, we're gonna run it back, especially because I want a curly unit for the summer. So let me just give you the hair specs for this one. This is a curly wig. It's a 5x5 lace closure. Obviously, it's going to be human hair. It says that it's pre-plucked with baby hairs, but we'll talk about that later. The retail price on this unit was $336. They're running some type of promotion on it. So after the discount, it ended up being $275 for me. So that was a steal. So they had traditional packaging for this unit. You seen that it came in the bag. It had the standard gear, so like the wig cap as well as the elastic band. And so right here, I'm just showing you the kind of like the natural state of the hair, fresh out of the pack. I haven't done anything to it, and you can see the curls look beautiful. They're really tight, and the hair is nice and soft. Again, this is going to be a 5x5 lace closure. So as you look at the lace there, you can see it's a little bit on the wider side. So it'll definitely need some foundation or some tint or something just to kind of match your skin tone. And then you can just see kind of the closure hairline. I will say, just noticing out the pack, the hairline looks pretty dense. I don't see any baby hairs, and I can tell already that it's going to need quite a bit of plucking. As far as the cap construction, you have like your standard combs at the top as well as the bottom, the elastic band that kind of goes across the back. So very standard cap construction. And again, the hair is like really soft and pretty. I always like to show y'all what the wig will look like if you wear it fresh out of the pack. And so that's just what I'm doing here in this frame. And you can see the wig actually looks pretty good. I do still think it's going to require quite a bit of plucking. I am not your customization girl, so I am not going to document that in this video. I will give you the final look, but I am going to skip that customization part within this video. In the next frame, I will just show you another clip of what the wig looks like fresh out of the pack. I haven't done any customization, so I just simply parted it down the middle and added some water to it.
Over 1 month later.
Alrighty, so today I'm kind of back with a final look and also a 1 month update because I've been wearing this unit just about the entire month of June. So I can kind of give you the tea on how this unit has been holding up. So before we do, let me just run back to customization really quick before I move on. So first off, I did not bleach my knots. Honestly, I could have. If I had my bleach, if I was at home and I had my bleach stuff, I probably would have went ahead and did it. But instead, I just used some regular powder foundation to apply throughout the closure area. And I feel like it covered the knots enough where I was like, oh, I'll just save the time. But you can see the knots fresh out of the pack. So next, like the biggest thing with customization, so I did kind of like the standard stuff, like I cut my lace, I did some plucking, I did, you know, the parting, all of that stuff. I cut my baby hairs. I spend the majority of the customization time plucking. So just a forewarning, if you don't like plucking, this might not be the unit for you. So again, I like to do the glueless method. I put a little bit of glue on today because it's the weekend. That's the only time I do glue. So I do not give them glue at work because I go into the office. I'm not giving glue on those days, but on the weekend, I don't mind taking a few extra seconds and going ahead and just applying a little bit of glue right where my part is. So that's the most gluing that I'm going to do anyway. So I'm going to walk you through kind of like my daily routine for this hair, how I wet it, what I put on it, just so you can kind of see it as I'm going through it. It takes probably 5 minutes or less, and this is what I typically do every morning when I'm putting this on for work. So I'm going to walk you through that process now, and then I'll be back. So you can't hear it here, but my shower water is running because that is how I wet my wig. It saves me so much time and so much quicker. Yes, I do have a spray bottle, but I be spraying for days. So I just stick it in the shower. I twist it around a couple quick times. I wring it out. Sometimes I will pat it dry with the towel a little bit, but I like it to be fairly wet first thing in the morning, and it dries really, really fast. You don't have to worry about walking around with wet hair. I'm also very careful to not wet the actual cap of the hair. I don't want my actual braids on my scalp being wet, just the hair I'm wetting during that time. So right here, I'm just showing you how I go about combing it. So I grab a wide tooth comb, as you can see here, and I just comb from the bottom to the top. And so I'm getting kinks out, as you can see here. I had this wig on all day, so this is kind of like the detangling that I would do either at nighttime or first thing in the morning. So yeah, literally just bottom to top. If you wanted to go ahead and add the leave-in conditioner on right here before you start combing, you could, but that's kind of what I'm going to walk you through with the next step. So once I have her detangled, which she combs very easily, especially when she's wet. So definitely don't do your detangling on dry hair. Wet it and then go ahead and detangle. It'll work out so much better for you. So I'm trying her on right here. She is going to be a little wet, so she's going to drip a little bit. So some of you might want to do your detangling at night when you wet it, just so that it can be dry in the morning. A little bit of drip doesn't bother me because honestly, she is going to be completely dry in probably the next hour. So now I'm going to apply my leave-in conditioner. I just had like this big bottle of Cantu Shea Butter leave-in conditioner. And so that's what I've been using on my wig. I think it works out pretty well. I just take a few pumps and just kind of lather the hair up. So I won't say I put the leave-in conditioner on there every single day, maybe every other day. I might skip an extra day. You'll kind of notice once the hair kind of hits the humidity and it gets bigger throughout the day. So I notice that some days my hair gets way bigger than other days. So I would just add a little bit more leave-in conditioner that following day. So you'll just have to kind of gauge that based upon how your hair looks and how you want it, because you might want yours big. Next, I move on to baby hair. So this is Lotta Body Mousse. This is just like my travel version, so it didn't have a label on it. But I apply that on the baby hairs. Again, I already cut my baby hair, so they're already trained a bit. So I just literally put a little bit of mousse on there, and I slick them back in place. They're probably still halfway swooped, honestly. And then I just go ahead and add my scarf to kind of mold them. So I'll do my hair before I start getting dressed and all of that jazz. Maybe 5 minutes later, 5-10 minutes later, it does not take long at all to mold the baby hairs down. That is kind of like my final look. So the last thing I'll do is kind of like brush the hair out a little bit, because once it's underneath that scarf, I feel like it starts looking a little flat. So I'll take my brush and I just brush through it a little bit to give it a little bit more body. And that is it. All right, so you just seen kind of like my everyday routine for this hair. Very simple, very quick. I washed and conditioned my unit for the first time maybe like a week ago, just to kind of rejuvenate it. I feel like it maintains really well, just kind of like with the normal process I showed you. But I figured since I've been wearing it for a month, and I do work out too, so I'm sweating. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, I gave her a good wash. But yeah, so I have been loving this unit, just very low maintenance, very summer. So I definitely recommend this unit. I actually love Wiggins. I have purchased other units from them. I've never gotten a bad wig. So that's why I went ahead and made this purchase, and it was actually a really, really great price. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I will definitely link the product. If you're interested in the shirt that I have on today, also check out my online boutique. I will post a link for that as well. So thanks for watching. It's your girl, Monet.